day everyone, and welcome back to DepEd TV. I am Teacher Joshua, and I will be your guide in sharpening your skills and enhancing your minds in order to face the challenges in Grade 8 Mathematics. So ready your self-learning module, your paper and pens with you. Let us have a wonderful day of simplifying rational algebraic expressions. Last episode, we talked about rational algebraic expressions. These are fractions whose numerator and denominator are polynomials, and the denominator is not equal to 0. Furthermore, we can identify values of the known variable that will make the rational expression undefined. We find the excluded values by equating the denominator to 0 and solving for the unknown values. Look at this figure. It is a pizza. It is divided into 8 slices. What if someone took 2 slices of pizza? How many are left? What fraction is given by this illustration? There are 6 slices left out of 8. Now, what do you remember about writing fractions? Fractions can be written in lowest terms or simplest form. And it can be expressed in lowest terms by dividing common factors in the numerator and the denominator. Can you factor 6 and 8? 6 is equal to 2 times 3, while 8 is equal to 2 times 2 times 2. We can see that there is one common factor, which is 2. We divide the common factors, and the result of 2 divided by 2 is just 1. So we are left with 3 over 2 times 2, or simplifying, 3/4. And since the rational algebraic expression is a fraction, we can also simplify it with the help of factoring. Simplify the expression 28x cubed over 7x raised to 4. What can you say about this expression? The numerator and the denominator are both monomials or only has one term. So how can we simplify these rational expressions?
We can use prime factorization to simplify this expression. For the numerator, the prime factors of 28 are 2 times 2 times 7. And since x is raised to the power of 3, it can be written as x times x times x. How about the denominator? 7 is already a prime number, so we write it down. How about x raised to 4? Just like the numerator, we write x as factors by the number indicated by the exponent. What did you notice? We can see that there are common factors in the numerator and the denominator. And when we divide common factors, the result will be 1. Lastly, we multiply what is left, 2 times 2, which is 4, and write the denominator x. Hence, the expression can be simplified as 4 over x.
Now, write the expression 3x minus 12 all over 5x minus 20 in simplest form. Remember that we can use factoring in simplifying a rational expression. How can you factor the numerator and denominator? If you notice, the numerator has a greatest common monomial factor. The greatest common monomial factor of 3x minus 12 is 3. So how can we write the numerator in factored form? Divide the numerator by the greatest common factor 3. So the numerator is equivalent to 3 times the quantity of x minus 4. How about the denominator? The greatest common factor of the denominator is 5. Can you give the complete factored form of the denominator? It is 5 times the quantity x minus 4. Observe that the numerator and denominator have common factors. It is x minus 4. So dividing the common factor, what is the final answer? The simplest form of 3x minus 12 all over 5x minus 20 is equal to 3/5. Do you remember what relatively prime means? Look at this example. Simplify 2a plus 4 all over 3a minus 6. The numerator 2a plus 4 has a greatest common monomial factor of 2 and can be written as 2 times the quantity a plus 2. What is the greatest common monomial factor in the denominator? It is 3. So, the denominator can be written as 3 times the quantity of a minus 2. What did you observe? Do they have common factors? No, they do not. It means that the numerator and denominator are relatively prime. And if this happens, the given rational expression is already in its simplest form. Do you know who this is? This is Albert Einstein. He is a renowned scientist, known for his contributions in physics and mathematics. His famous works include the theory of relativity and the equation E is equal to mc squared, which describes the relation of the kinetic energy E equal to m, the mass of an object, multiplied by the square of c, the speed of light. One of his quotes also says that everything must be made as simple as possible, but not simpler. What do you think does it mean? Like fractions, if there are other means to show or represent these numbers, we can use its simplest form so it will be easier to understand. In real life, we seek for solutions to our problems, and we tend to go down the easy or the simple path. But life is not always a simple, straight path. It is full of twists and turns. There are instances that things cannot be reduced to something simpler because they may lose meaning or importance. We need to learn the basic and the complex so we can create meaning about the knowledge and skills that we learn. Now, let us try this example. Write the expression a cubed plus b cubed all over a squared minus b squared in its simplest form. Do you remember these polynomials? The numerator, a cubed plus b cubed, is a sum of 2 cubes,
while the denominator is a difference of 2 squares. To simplify this, we need to remember how to write them in factored form, which we learned in our previous episodes.
Can you give me their factored forms?
The factors of a sum of 2 cubes consist of a binomial factor and a trinomial factor.
The binomial factor of this special product is the sum of its roots, a plus b. What about its trinomial factor? It is the square of the first term, a squared. Then, what is the next operation? This should be opposite the sign of the binomial factor. Hence, it is a minus. Then, the product of the terms, a times b, is ab. The last sign is always positive or a plus sign. And the last term of the trinomial is b squared. How about the denominator? This is a difference of 2 squares. So what is its factored form? A squared minus B squared can be expressed as the product of A plus B and A minus B. We can divide A plus B. So what is the final answer? A cubed plus B cubed all over A squared minus B squared in simplest form is A squared minus AB plus B squared all over A minus B. If you find the examples difficult, I suggest that you review our lessons in factoring. Mastering that skill will make simplifying rational algebraic expressions easy and, well, simple. Let us have x squared minus 6x plus 9 all over x squared minus 8x plus 15. To simplify the rational expression, we need to factor the numerator and denominator. What type of polynomial is in the numerator? Observe, the first and last terms are perfect squares of x and 3 respectively. Next, 2 times x times 3 is 6x, which is equal to the middle term. Hence, this is a perfect square trinomial. Since the middle term of the trinomial is negative, we write the factor as the square of x minus 3. How about the denominator? Is the denominator a perfect square? No, it is not, since the last term 15 is not a perfect square. Hence, this is a general trinomial. We will multiply the first and last terms, x squared and positive 15. We will get positive 15x squared. Can you think of factors of 15x squared whose sum is negative 8x? The factors must be negative 3x and negative 5x. So, the denominator will become the quantity of x minus 3 times the quantity of x minus 5. What can you concur? Since the square of x minus 3 is just x minus 3 multiplied by itself, we can divide the common factors. So what will be the simplest form of x squared minus 6x plus 9 all over x squared minus 8x plus 15? The final answer will be x minus 3 all over x minus 5. And that's it for today. We have written rational algebraic expressions in their simplest form. Now let us have a recap. Rational algebraic expressions are fractions whose numerator and denominator are polynomials. And like fractions, they can also be simplified. To simplify a rational algebraic expression, first, we write the numerator and denominator in factored form. Then we divide common factors. If there are remaining factors, we multiply them. And if the numerator and denominator are relatively prime, the rational expression is already simplified. Now that we have finished the lesson, it is important to evaluate and see what you have learned. Ready your paper and pen and analyze each question carefully. I will give you 5 seconds to answer each item. You should also solve the problem with me as I guide you along the way. Number 1. Which of the following fractions is expressed in simplified form? Is it A, 2/4, B, 4/12, or C, 5/16? The correct answer is C, 5/16. Because 2/4 can be written as 1/2 and 4/12 is equal to 1/3. Number 2, which of the following is a rational expression in simplest form? A, 2y over 4x. B, x squared plus 1 all over x minus 1. Or C, x minus 1 all over x cubed minus 1. For a rational expression be in its simplest form, the numerator and denominator should be relatively prime. In letter A, both expressions are divisible by 2, thus can be further simplified as y over 2x. For letter C, the denominator is a difference of 2 cubes. It will be x minus 1 all over the quantity x minus 1 times the quantity x squared plus x plus 1, which can be further simplified as 1 over x squared plus x plus 1. So we are left with B, x squared plus 1 all over x minus 1, and we are sure that this is in its simplest form, since the numerator is a prime polynomial. Number 3, which of the following is equivalent to 7 minus x all over x minus 7? Is it A, 1, B, 0, or C, negative 1? What did you notice with the numerator and denominator? Both show subtraction, but the terms are switched. We can rewrite the expression as negative x plus 7 all over x minus 7. Remember that we include the signs when we arrange the terms in a polynomial. Now, what can we do to simplify the expression? We can factor out negative 1 from the numerator. And we will have negative 1 times the quantity x minus 7 all over x minus 7. Then divide common factors. So what do you think will be the simplified form of this rational expression? It is C, negative 1. Number 4, write the rational expression 15x cubed y cubed over 20 x squared y squared in simplest form. Is it A, 3xy over 4, B, 3 over 4xy, or C, 3/4? To simplify this expression, we can factor the greatest common factor. What do you think is it? The greatest common factor of the numerator and denominator is 5x squared y squared. And the other factors of the numerator and denominator are 3xy and 4 respectively. So what is our final answer? Dividing the common factors, the final answer is 3xy over 4. So it is letter A. Last item, number 5. Which of the following is the simplest form of 4x plus 12 all over x squared minus 4x minus 21? Is it A, x minus 7 all over 4, B, 4 over x minus 7, or C, 4 over x plus 7? We can simplify this rational expression by getting the greatest common factor of the numerator and factoring the general trinomial in the denominator. The numerator can be expressed as 4 times the quantity of x plus 3. Quick tip! Sometimes when we factor polynomials in rational expressions, we stumble with pieces or parts of the whole solution. Since the denominator is a general trinomial, a prospect factor in this is the expression x plus 3 from the numerator. So what could be the other factor of x squared minus 4x minus 21? What are factors of negative 21 such that their sum is negative 4? The factors must be positive 3 and negative 7. So the denominator is the quantity x plus 3 times the quantity of x minus 7. Which of the choices is the correct answer? We divide the common factors x plus 3, and we will be left with 4 over x minus 7. So the correct answer is letter B. Did you get the exercise? Very good. If not, I suggest that you review factoring and keep on polishing your skills with the examples and assessment found on your self-learning module. Remember that in mathematics, practice makes you better. I hope that you have learned a lot in our episode today. Note that rational algebraic expressions are just fractions. You must focus on patterns you have observed and the process in simplifying the expressions. With hard work and determination, I believe that you can ace any lesson in mathematics. For our next episode, we will perform multiplication and division on rational algebraic expressions. Remember, math is not only about numbers and operations. It is an exercise for our minds for us to be critical, logical, and responsible thinkers. Again, this is Teacher Joshua reminding you to keep safe, have a nice day, and see you next time.